But this is the building I'm interested in, the pub. Now, once upon a time, this place was called the Station Bar, and it's a chance, just a chance, that one day it may be called the Station Bar again.
The mash tun is named after a vessel used in the whisky-making process, which seems like a thoroughly suitable name for a Speyside pub.
No.
Now, it's called the mash tun, but I know it used to be called the Station Bar. What's the story behind the change of the name?
The previous owner renamed the bar from the Station Bar to the mash tun, purely because we're in the middle of whisky country. So what's been said is if when the next train pulls into the platform here, it will revert back to the Station Bar.
Now, it's very rare for me to get the opportunity to come inside on any of my walks. It's certainly very rare for me to come inside a pub and have a drink or two, but I think you guys are probably the best people here to talk me through some whiskies.
Well, as you're in the area, it would be a good idea to have a dram or two.
OK. What would you recommend?
Well, as you're in Aberlour, I would say the ideal drink would be to have an Aberlour.
Of course.
And this is a typical Speyside whisky in that it's done in sherry casks. It's very sweet, very typical of a Speyside sort of dram.
Right, let me give it a taste and see what it's like.
So the nose in it first, what you should maybe do is just take it, and if you open your mouth, you can actually feel the vapours flow across.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, and you can actually get a taste for it. And if you try it without water first,
Oh, that's very smooth.
Yep.
But it is strong, Karen, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's just a drink to sip, I think. Sip and enjoy.
How do the ingredients differ from one whisky to the next? And I know single malt is, you know, meant to be the best.
it's supposed to be the best indeed. The thing is, the key ingredients remain the same regardless throughout the process. What actually changes the whisky is the size of the stills can make a difference to the whisky. The actual barrels that it's kept and aged in make a difference, predominantly sherry bodegas around the Speyside area. But there are certain people who use Chardonnay casks, which would give a totally different whisky.
So that would be Chardonnay wine would have been prepared and served in it, and then they would use those old casks.
Kept in the casks for a minimum of 3 years in Scotland to be called Scotch whisky.
Now, I noticed this very fine collection of whisky up here. It looks very special, is it?
It is indeed. I mean, there are only 2 of these collections that we're aware of that are for sale by the dram anywhere in the world.
Wow.
That's here, and the other one's Bar Nemo in Tokyo. Now, it's also the only collection of whisky in the world that can run consecutively from 1952 up to 1994.
That is incredible. So if I was going to go for the top whack, 1952, top left-hand corner, what would that cost me?
That would cost you £224 a dram.
Can we go with that? Director, can I have a taste of that? That's a no. Anyway, I really like this Aberlour 10-year-old. It's lovely, it's nice and sweet.
Certainly
It's
is.
got good flavours to it.
Indeed.
Thank you very much. I've got to walk after this.